This is John T for the Boxing Voice. I'm down the Bear Cage Professional Boxing Gym in Hoddesdon with Sab Leo, the trainer, owner, are you? Trustee, I like it. Well, good to talk to you. It's the first time we've had you on the Boxing Voice. So tell us a little bit about the gym. You've got 4 professional fighters in here at the moment and maybe a couple more that seem to be turning over. That's quite a few.
Yeah, we've got a good squad now that we've built and nurtured. Some of them from the amateur ranks. There'll be several more pending this post-lockdown situation in terms of whether they remain as amateurs. A couple of them are actually have trials. They're waiting for their GB trials at the end of the month. So we'll anticipate and see how they get on with that. But yeah, we've got a good little squad now that are no showstoppers, you know, no big names, but potentially they're champions in the making. And it's something that I enjoy doing, working with these kind of individuals to hopefully see if we can develop and produce their talent onto a wider stage.
Excellent, sir. Well, I'm going to bring on, you're right, there are quite a few young lads in here. There are no household names yet, but lots of potential. And I'm going to move on and talk about John Hedges, if that's okay. So our fans are aware of him. We've had him on the Boxing Voice. I've just caught up with him after his pro debut. So how was the experience for you there? Because that was on a Matchroom card.
It was, the actual scenario was very surreal. You know, being implemented into a bubble and waiting approximately 12-13 hours for a test result, which deemed negative, and then it was just a case of, it was like a greenhouse effect. You're all encased under one roof, and you're rubbing shoulders with your opponent and his coaches basically. But at the same time, it's very a relaxing scenario where you could just stay in your room, just focus on the fight ahead, as John did. We were downstairs twice a day, just ticking over, working on tactics regarding his opponent. But on fight night, it was just so surreal to walk into that arena, and it was an eerie silence. I mean, you can hear David Diamante, the announcer. I can hear him 20-25 metres away. I can literally hear what he was talking about. And when the punches are landing, you know, they do make a noise. Yeah. But it's an experience, let's just say. For me, it was a surreal one, but it was an enjoyable one at the end, obviously, with John having his hand raised in victory.
Good stuff. Well, look, for an 18-year-old lad to make his pro debut on a Matchroom card live on Sky Sports, that in itself is a massive achievement. How did you find his performance? He's had great that he got the win. There's 1 or 2 people that are giving him a bit of grief that he wasn't as what they expected because of his amateur pedigree. Do you think that was a bit unfair?
Totally unfair. It all stemmed from commentary, basically, and it was the commentary that led to opinions being divided. There's no better ringside seat than sitting at the corner post and watching your charge, in my eyes, take control of the fight over 4 rounds. I thought his work rate was exceptional, his conditioning was sublime, and his punch resistance as well. You know, he took several good shots and came away unscathed. I felt it wasn't unjust in terms of what they were portraying in terms of Arnold being very unlucky, but John's work rate just shone for over 4 rounds. So I was happy. I wasn't happy with the fact that obviously we had a change of opponent. What not many people realise is that, you know, there was a change 7 days prior, and we'd worked towards an orthodox boxer. Unfortunately, they pulled out, they withdrew, and we were handed Jan Arden, who is not a journeyman, far from it. You know, he's boxed to unbeaten prospects, and I'm led to believe that he's also had experience in the Czech Republic as well. So he was a live opponent, and for John to come through the way he did, I was truly pleased.
Yeah, good stuff. And I have to agree. I do think he's bang out of order for what some people are saying for a young lad in his first fight. As long as you're not there to guide him, I guess. Any ideas when he might be out next?
Not at the moment. Obviously, some great contests lined up on terrestrial TV coming up shortly, and he's got just a little bump on his hand that we're sort of taking care of, and he's having treatment by the physio, but I anticipate it'll be the early part of the new year. But it's, again, work in progress. He's building his conditioning and his strength, and he's maturing, and he's hitting twice as hard now, so looking forward to his second fight.
Yeah, it's good. Well, look, that was John, and obviously a super middleweight. While we're on the super middleweight, I'll just ask you while I've got you, what are your thoughts since the announcement for Callum Smith and Alvarez has been announced?
Great contest. It's just probably long overdue, if I would say so. But it's a fantastic opportunity for Callum to stamp his claim as the best super middleweight in the world. Alvarez obviously is no spring chicken, and it's just going to be a fascinating fight, clash of styles. But let the opinions begin, and I'm just looking forward to watching such a good fight just before the Christmas break. I'll sit on the fence on this one.
Oh, that was what I was just about to say, Sab. I was just about to say, go on and give us what
just for now. To be honest with you, John, and when these fights are all coming up, they could be international fights or sort of on our own shores. I don't really look too much into them, so when it comes to sort of asking opinions, I don't really sit and study and sort of regard it as guesswork.
Yeah.
I need to sit down and analyse and sort of be a little bit more constructive in my opinion, rather than just give a good old-fashioned 50-50 shot at boxer A or boxer B. But I enjoy watching both. Let's just say I enjoy watching both Sal and Callum. I've experienced the Sal Alvarez live when I went to Vegas to watch him box Chavez Jr.
Oh wow!
Fantastic atmosphere, lifelong experience, and it was great. And hence, I'd love to be there ringside watching that one as well.
Yeah, it would be a good one to go to. I went out Vegas to see Mayweather against Cotto, and again, it's probably the best sporting experience I've ever had.
Great atmosphere. I mean, I had ringside seats for the Canelo Bill, and I just didn't feel that I was sitting amongst real supporters. It was more dignitaries and celebrities. So I left my seat and went upstairs, and it was at the T-Mobile Centre. Went up to the top and just had a brilliant aerial bird's eye view of it, and to rub shoulders with these fanatics was just absolutely brilliant. Great experience.
Good experience for you. Right, one last one I'm going to push you on. See if you can get you off the fence this time. There's a big fight coming next week, so all British dust up between Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois, and Juggernaut Joe Joyce. You looking forward to that one? Yeah,
I am. It's intriguing. From what I can gather, and from what I'm listening to as well, Dubois needs to get him out early. If it goes into the later rounds, then possibly swing towards Joyce. Joyce is mechanical and just comes forward. Dubois has got power in both hands, so it'll be a fascinating match. It's going to be fireworks from the first round. If Dubois does well enough to get him out in the first few, then that will be the case. But as the rounds go on, then possibly it could just sway towards Joyce. But overall, I'm a fan of both, so I'm looking forward to sitting down watching that one as well. I think that's what makes it so intriguing, as you say. It could go either way. It's right 50-50. Got the British, European and Commonwealth on the line. And then in the middle of the night, I'm assuming you're going to get up and watch Mike Tyson against Jones Jr.? No. You're not going to watch it? Well, that's what I was going to say. Does it interest you? It has no appeal to me, these kind of exhibitions and that. I enjoy watching them in their prime. Yeah. And whether this is a money incentive scheme or whatever, I want to remember these champions as they truly were. Yeah. And it's just sad to see. It's not, for me, it's not intriguing at all. Again, I admire both for what they've done during the course of their career, but I won't be waking up for that one, sorry. Nah, fair play. All right, Sab, well, look, thanks for having us down in the gym. I really appreciate you having me, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you very much.
If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.